Those two next to me are having a field day already. It's exciting to be standing next to you two. You always know how to mock the other, it seems. Ems thinks Frank is going to be on the left-hand side, the Bens, Mina, Ralphs, and Meeple on the right-hand side. I was kind of hoping to finally see that Frank Poco comp we've been talking about all day, but one of the two's just always banned out. Here in EMEA, still the most picked brawler so far, Pierce, then Gray, Mina. It's very different from what we saw yesterday. First picks here, Pierce on the right-hand side, so that trend at least follows still. And then Nob with Spike, Guesty with Crow. So we do have some Buffy action in the mix as well, and a lot of DPS on the side of Fut.
Yeah, I like this Fut Esports composition, to be fair. You give me a Spike, I'm going to be pretty happy. It's versatile, Crow, more of the same. We've seen it so much, actually, especially over the last few series and through the day. Crow's really making some big waves in this game. But yeah, Spike, very solid. Pierce, if you can kind of have that opening, get the shots through, recycle that ammo, going to be very good. And that is going to be quite dangerous, I'd say.
I feel like, you know, for Esports taking the Crow is mainly because of how well Luki was playing it in the previous set of Brawl Ball. And Boss taking away the Mortis because it's better in the hands of Humble than it is in the hands of Fut Esports, or at least for Humble's sake, shall we say. Third Brawler coming in thick and fast, but I'm really liking what Humble are cooking here.
Let's see what's their last pick gonna be. Some more aggression or maybe something for control. Shelly could come in here, or could Delius, just to have that tank countering. Because Fut Esports still wants to pick up a tank. Kenji would still be one of those. Hank also often played on open business. Humble's last pick is gonna be Lumi. She kind of fulfills the same role as Lu did in the past with her ice rinks. You have a pretty good control together with that Pierce. They have two long-ranged snipers, so even if Fut Esports would break open the map here, they would be standing quite solid.
Well, Kenji comes down as the last. It's been another brawler that's been showing up quite a lot, to be honest, and it's going to be Fut Esports who do take that. Either Angel Boy or Guesty, I would imagine, championing that brawler, being as aggressive and strong on these assassin brawlers as they are. I think they do have to be a little bit scared about the Mortis on the other side. As you say, Ark, it's kind of, I feel like they're taking the opposition's brawlers to be quite safe, but no matter what, Mortis is pretty strong, no matter whose hands it is.
Exactly, that's the power of the Buffy Brawlers. And Lumi, I mean, let's talk a bit more about that, because I still really kind of like Lumi. Humble still bring her in from time to time, but we've seen a massive drop-off of this particular brawler. And, you know, I get the idea of the gadget on the zone, and it can definitely buy some time, and straight away we see it before our very eyes, but is it really going to pull in the goods for Humble?
Well, Angel Boy's destroying Luki on the left-hand side, and going to go for Boss now as well. Little trade as he comes back to his death. Pierce will get that kill on Guesty as well, and it's 10% in it. Some good shots being hit by Boss, but has to be cautious of these curveballs now, and doesn't quite find him. Lumi slowed on the right, and Angel Boy willing to take this Luki matchup once more.
Yeah, this dance-off between Luki and Angel Boy. Luki much the lower, now swiped away by Angel Boy, is now Humble, now continue to climb. But with Guesty now locked in, Angel Boy. Humble falling behind. Nob as well. That matchup is going to absolutely love playing that Spike. Gadget hand. Actually, so it's going to be a trade on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I think he wanted to try and tank that Pierce super with the life plant just after it had been placed. Semantic going to lock down Guesty in the middle of the zone, but it's getting away from them quite fast. That's going to be a good trade as well for Nob. I think Luki maybe used his hypercharge in there. Jump comes in from Guesty now, and I don't know if Boss is going to burn down or not, but a good evasion from Angel Boy there, and he does eventually burn.
Well, Nob will fly super out to seemingly nowhere. It will delay the onset of Humble somewhat. But Luki trying to get the most value he can. The knockback now, the life plant has been reworked. Will seal his demise as Angel Boy comes back into play. Can't quite find a connection, and Semantic will punish.
Guesty able to evade that super that Semantic was throwing in. A Pierce one being thrown out as well, but didn't get anything back from that either. It's starting to get closer. Fut have been kind of just walking on again and again and again, and Humble haven't been putting on that much fight until now, but Nob can't quite get this done on the right-hand side. Angel Boy just goes for % once more.
Well, they can find Guesty here as well, who will jump in with desperation. Fights Boss, still alive, shielded, and gets the trade. That is fantastic value from that boy. And now Fut Esports collect on the zone yet again. Nob will be able to throw down super here to delay the onset of Humble, and this might just be Fut Esports getting their first game in their grand finals on the board.
Yeah, first game's a big one in this matchup. You want to get these early points against a team who's going to be not scary, because Fut know they're one of the better teams in this region. They've been scrimming, they've been doing well, but against a 2024 champion, a runner-up in 2025, you know you've got your work cut out for you. You want to get these points on the board early, and that's exactly what Fut did. Little scrappy in the midsection, but eventually got the job done.
Okay, well, Angel Boy skating around to start things off, and already Fut Esports falling down slightly and leaving Nob all alone here. Boss here in the mid, staying alive, but still being whittled down gradually as the spawn cycles are pretty good for both sides, it seems, but now Fut Esports collect, trying to keep low-key lower along the way as the trade on the right-hand side. Neck and neck, but look at that stun, that freeze as well, combined will give Hmble a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of a waste of a Mortis super in there, but I don't think he's going to be too mad about it considering how much he's been destroying Nob, and he tanks that really nicely with the life plant there. Super through the middle to try to open up some room for Angel Boy to go on a bit of a tear, but this Lumi doing so much. Semantic popping off, jump to the back line. He's done great work, and Luki one-shot. Boss got to tank it so he stays alive, and now both of them in that mid-health pool range.
Yeah, Hmble have adapted well. Just shy of 50% as now Fut Esports climb back forwards. Look at that hypercharge home proof from Semantic, meaning business. One shot away from potentially cycling, but he can't seem to land it. Angel Boy is so slimy, so slippery now, and he might even get a couple of swipes before surely he will go down.
Yeah, it was a good connection. Guess you're going to get hit by that Pierce super as well, though. Nob trying to get the job done, but every time he goes in, he's getting dealt with by Luki. Lovely stuff from him, but they are low. Angel Boy can still go in. Luki got the hypercharge now, doesn't use it, and it's about 10%, make it 15 difference now, and Fut just scrambling onto the point over and over.
Absolutely neck and neck. Luki there will delayed heal as a result of that spike shot. It is Hmble that are close down to 80% possible fall now. This is the best chance for Fut Esports to be able to give themselves a bit of a comeback potential here. The hypercharge from Gesty, the support from Nob. This is it now for Fut Esports to tie things up.
Yeah, can't bunch up because Boss has got that super, and that's going to be dangerous. Same with the hypercharge. This should be coming in from Luki pretty soon. Super's there from Angel Boy, evades that lockdown, but Gesty can't do the same. Nob throws the super out. Angel Boy got a lot of work to do. He's getting hit hard. It's so close. It's to the wire.
Two hypercharge for Fut Esports if they can just survive and keep their HP rolling in. It's neck and neck. Hmble need 8% now, but Fut Esports have got so much potential here. Semantic is low. Angel survives, but everyone falls. Boss will burn, but Semantic won't. He will stay. And Hmble bring back a game.
I mean, that was so close again. It's so scrappy in the mid. They're just running in for like 2% at a time and just cycling that out. I think Nob's kind of accepted the fact that he's just getting decimated by the Mortis every time, and he just keeps on walking into it. I'm not sure if that's, a slight head loss or a bit of a mismanaged player on the right-hand side and not having him swap, but they're just getting on the zone over and over for both team, and it's so close.
Hey, leave my guy Nob alone, mate. He's still recovering from that slip against the whiteboard earlier on today. Gesty will fall quickly, but the trade is also there, leaving Angel Boy and Nob versus Boss and Semantic to battle out for this mid. It's so close. You can really see little between these two teams as they are just neck and neck.
Super missed for Luki, and Gesty will go jump up, get the trade, which he can't complain too much about. Luki's still quite low though. Oh, great super from Angel Boy there as well. Makes a connection to both of them. Now they're both one-shot. Luki healing up quite nicely. I don't think Nob really wanted to shoot it there. He's waiting to attempt to make him, take a shot, make the move, and reset those heals, but Fut in a much better position this time in terms of percent.
I like what Nob's doing here. It's like keeping Luki low, but just slowly whittling him down, but now Luki's been able to dodge the curveball. Full HP, a nice combo spinner through the wall as well. He's got to keep on top of Luki. He is so dangerous in that position. Still, again, neck and neck in terms of the objective, and Luki might burn down. His survives on 164. That's a good spot for him to stay.
Yeah, it really is. He's going to be healed up by any more of the Fut Esports players come up. Now the super, from Angel Boy doesn't find any connections. He won't be pleased about that. Percentage only 10% apart. Gesty goes jumping on in, and Semantic with the double super there has the hypercharge ready to roll, and Hmble getting kill after kill now.
Yeah, now this is going to be a tough wall to breach for Fut Esports as Pierce super on the left-hand side will seal Gesty somewhat shielded, but now Angel will come through the mid as well. This is now where Fut Esports can climb things back. Look at the shells littering the map from Pierce. It's not going to do much until the respawn is there, but so far it is absolutely neck and neck at 68-69 apiece now.
Hypercharge missed from the Mortis on the right-hand side as well. There's a nice evade from Angel Boy too as he just gets away from Semantic super. Being really slimy with it on the right-hand side. Luki going in, gets the spinner off onto Gesty, and he's being chased down by Angel Boy, and they've taken the lead once more.
Boss is susceptible to damage in the mid, but Angel Boy not going to take the risk. Guessy taking some shots as well, going to be low HP, and Lukey knows it comes straight in, gets a super for that trouble as well. Not doing his best to put down super in the mid, but Angel Boy is bringing home the goods so far. Hmble not on the zone, but Boss can't risk it. He's too low, and the Semantic is trying to go for control. 5% is all that Hmble need, but Esports need to go now, but they fall, and Hmble survive on by 13% at the end. But this match, this battle, is neck and neck.
Such a close matchup between these two teams. Literally, as you say, neck and neck. Two, like 90% games in Hot Zone. Fut started so well, but then it kind of got a bit more scrappy. They were just running towards the zone. They were getting dealt with by Lukey time and time again, and he was being such a nuisance in the backlines. Angel Boy doing what he could, but it just, I don't think, matched to how much of an issue Lukey was being.
Honestly, it's like each side are fully inside the minds of the other. And the timings, everything was perfect. There was just genuinely so little in this matchup. I feel like this could be such an exciting grand finals, and one that could very much go all the way here. But you can see, more often than not, each kind of battle for the mid was decided by just a slither of HP as to who was going to be the last man to stay standing. But yeah, I mean, draft-wise, I think Lumi actually did serve quite much of a purpose. But we'll see from the stats as to how Semantic did actually fare on paper. But I think overall, Hmble may have met their match so far. They're in the lead, but only just.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at that. Lukey on 22 kills. Decent DPS for Immortus too. And 26% on the zones. Not bad for a brawler who's supposed to just be aggressive either. Boss with 19, Samantha with 11. So all doing the work there. And as I said, Angel Boy just wasn't really as potent in the backlines. Really giving them some issues as Lukey was, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought Lukey was being mirrored quite a lot by Nob, but there's a tremendous amount of kills. That kind of seems to be the way that Mortis now is very much played. It's just like, if you're low HP, just stay in the back lines and try to time your runs back into the mid. But for Hmble there, I know they were very, very happy to get that first set on the board. There were some celebrations, which for the most part now these days, Hmble reserve until they actually get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't fault a fist bump here and there when you win a close set. So nice stuff from them. We're heading on to Layer Cake by the looks of it in Bounty to see if Hmble are going to be able to go 2-0 up, or if we get the justice that this game deserves and it goes to 1-1, so we can see some long games.
From one set into the next then. And a fresh new draft coming in for Layer Cake and Bounty Bands with Shade, the Gene and the Shelly. The Mortis, the Ems and the Gene for the side of Fut Esports, and the first pick will be going off the way of Hmble. Mina is going to be what they are thinking, and I don't see why not, to be quite honest. Grey's still going to be open here potentially as well, which I quite like for them, but you know, Layer Cake is now a question of, do you want to run it down or do you want to play the long-ranged affair? And you know,
it's mostly run it down, let's be real.
Now we are in the Buffy's era, it does seem to be right.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, even now it's bad. Ems, prior to the nerf, was disgusting on this map. It was so suppressive, and clearly still is for Fut Esports standards. They banned that one out. Mortis is going to be more of the same. Obviously, banning that one out is the smartest thing to do. Willow, on the other hand, they seem to be going for some more control, and she's going to be the thrower that can do the most against those more aggressive brawlers like Semantic on the Mina.
Very defensive for Esports in the regards of the Willow and the Meeple too. Very much yet again trying to delay the onset against that aggression of the Mina, which has got a 100% win rate today, 6 out of 6. Makes a lot of sense as to why Hmble picked it up first, but can Fut Esports really delay the inevitable if that brawler, you know, does falter in this set? It'll be the first time today. It kind of sends a little bit of a message towards Fut Esports as to why they've got to fill the need to defend so heavily. For Hmble now, we've got to support that Mina. There are hill options still available here as well, so could be an option. Pierce can come through the long-ranged backup, and I really quite like how Hmble are seeing this through.
Yeah, I don't mind that as a selection at all. I think Pierce is a great shout from them. It kind of balances out. You know, you got Mina to be that aggressive brawler. Pierce can be, don't be wrong. If you get shots and the ammo's nice to you, goes in the right direction, you can be quite aggressive with those supers and cycle them quite nicely. But I feel like they do need something to kind of go aggressive with the Mina or heal it, one of the two. And I think that kind of leaves Fut Esports still. They're going to go with a thrower of their own, actually, and go the Juju, which I actually don't mind. The amount of bushes here is really solid, but that's going to give it some problems.
Yeah, for sure. Finally, Fut Esports deviate from the defensive to the offensive. The alley coming through, and it's a very dangerous brawler, made more so in the hands of Angel Boy if he does go for it. But this is what I love about this new Fut Esports roster. You've got Guesty, who's an assassin by nature, combined with Angel Boy. They can just choose and mix and match along the way, but they are behind, but only just, as the last set was just so close. Whose draft is he kind of favoring in this regard? I kind of feel like Hmble have an edge, but maybe Fut Esports can make this alley count.
I think it all depends on the alley, realistically, as you say. They've got to make it count. If he can run these brawlers down, which he's choosing to try and do now, gets 1 kill, and Boss will only need a couple more to bring him down, but he can jump and evade, gets away nicely. I was going to say that extra range might have still been able to pepper him down, but it's 3 stars to 0. Fut looking good.
Well, a nice mansion of Meeple Gadget in the mid from Guesty. All the way Hmble from joining Semantic, who's taking this left-hand side flank. Dancing around every shot that comes his way as well. You've got to admire just how well Hmble are doing so. Angel Boy using the gadget there as well. Semantic forced back very quickly there, did not want to take the risk. Now going on the aggressive yet again. Guesty and Nob now falling back into the spawn. It's looking a little bit dangerous. Angel Boy gets some kills for his time, but can't get out.
Yeah, expected to be traded there, and that's a good kill from Semantic as well to let them take the lead. Hmble in control now, and this forces these brawlers to go towards them. Meeple can be caught out by the Mina, and the same with the Willow if not careful, but the dive down gadget should keep her in the mix.
Angel Boy now maybe considering going away from the Semantic lane, and is doing just that. The Juju has got the Gree to hand though, so I'm sure now, yeah, exactly, no hesitation there from Boss to deploy it. Semantic with 4 stars though, here, trapped to the right hand side. Guesty's got the, oh, another tap, and only 1 away. Angel Boy knows it, smells it, and goes for it now, traded out for the blue star of Hmble. They are still in the lead.
Yeah, Boss got to be super careful there as well, and does survive. Nob went for the mind control on Semantic, I think, and didn't find the connection. It's the same again, same situation once more. They need to get Semantic pinned down, take advantage of the others, and he is in there as well. Hypercharge super coming forward, don't think he's got the windmill, does now, but the Willow shot's going over the top. Angel Boy has to go in, but he has to turn around because he's not got the HP. Nob in the wall, trying to get the shot through. Boss goes down, and Fut can surely just run away here. Brilliant stuff from them. Lukey trying to get it done, but Semantic not going to be there in time as Fut Esports clutch it in the last seconds.
What a steal from Fut. I was so focused with Semantic, who seemed to be the person that they were hunting, but it made much more sense to deviate away and keep that pressure on. Fantastic work. This set is still very much all up for grabs, and it was a very close affair until those final few seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see if this time Hmble can hold on to it a little bit better. Guesty was slowed in the back lines there, and forward comes Angel Boy. Should be traded out, surely, but still managed to survive. And Semantic running him down, gets boxed up and takes a little bit of damage, but they've got nothing to try and get it.
Yeah, Semantic was susceptible for a moment, but without the Meeple Super, pretty much going to be safe and sound in that regard. And now, the Esports will try to attempt to push into this back spawn. To hold their own just for a moment here, and Guesty on the left-hand side looks the most susceptible. Boxed in is Semantic now, and these Willow shots are going to pierce through the poison. Angel Boy smells the blood, gets inside, gets the kill, and gets back out.
Yeah, Juju wanting to try and refrag, but he's going to go down as well, extending the lead for Fut Esports. A lot left to be desired for Hmble at the moment. Angel Boy's doing well, and his teammates picking up the scraps, getting those kills. And Guesty has a super, probably at Meeple's mansion soon enough. And they're going to be able to fend this off, surely.
It's just fantastic, isn't it? You know, it's all down to that initiation from Guesty, giving the mansions of Meeple Gadget down in the Willow shots with the poison, and then Angel Boy coming in for the final blow. It's really Fut Esports having all 3 members absolutely locked in for this strat. And here goes Semantic again, having to dance to get away from these shots, but it's almost inevitable. He will survive the helping hand of that singular point he got from Lukey.
Yeah, gonna have to be careful here. Boss gonna be baited here as Gree goes down, and he still falls with the help of Guesty. Angel Boy doing a great job of managing these kills, and he can remain aggressive. They're 7 ahead. Hmble needs so much work, so much pressure to be able to switch this one round. Every member of Fut Esports still has to die, and Angel Boy going on the right-hand side, trying to get the job done. Meeple's mansion will slow their aggression as well, and this seems out of hand.
Yeah, 10 seconds for an entire team wipe. It is unlikely, but not impossible by a long shot. The alley going to be the hardest of brawlers to hit. But Hmble feel like they may even give it up early. That is a rarity. How often do you see Hmble not even bother trying for the kills because even they know it's all over?
Yeah, that is a rarity. You expect to see them fight until the last minute, knowing the kind of players they are. they're going to want to try and switch it no matter if they think it's impossible or not. But I think that definitely was a little bit beyond their grasps. But Fut doing a really good job tying this one up, making it 1-1. This is the final that we deserve. I didn't want Humble to go in and run away with it, because Fut are a team who deserve to be in these games.
I don't know, I mean, it wasn't impossible. I think there was a world in which it may have been doable, but I think that maybe Fut Esports are just starting to chip away at Humble's ego. Yeah, just a touch, a slide, and to even up the sets now, you know, this could be very, very interesting to follow.
Humble taking set number 1, Fut now evening out the score and looking very convincing at that as well. As you mentioned, Trev, Humble didn't even really look like they wanted to fight in the end. Boss didn't get any kills on that Juju, which is surprising to me because she's such a strong force on a map like this one. Yet again, I see Angel Boy on 4 kills. That Ellie had a field day against Juju.
Yeah, no surprise there, I don't think. Even when he wasn't getting the kills on Juju, he was getting the assists, making away Gree. He was just really, really smart with when he wanted to go in, when he wanted to kind of stick around for his teammates, try help them survive. And yeah, so far, you know, we talk about Guesty so much today and how he's coming in as this rookie and doing incredibly well, but Angel Boy, that man's been a weapon today.
Yeah, which is a scary prospect because Fut Esports have got so much now to their arsenal. It's getting quite scary, actually. You know, but I love the way that whole squad really tied in a strategy, a firm direction. You know, having that initiation from that gadget of the Meeple, then following up with some Willow shots for the poison to start to trickle down. And when Humble were at their weakest, Angel Boy would assassinate into that box and just clear up everything. I think, you know, it was just impeccable. It was honestly pitch perfect there from Fut.
Angel Boy already was the MVP, I feel, in the previous match, now shines again. I think a very interesting fact here, Mina so far had a 100% win rate. So this is the first loss she's actually getting into this in this tournament so far. This is the first weekend of monthly finals. We watched East Asia yesterday with a couple of upsets. We did not have Fut Esports go all the way into the grand finals. Do they just look overall better today? Why is it exactly that they're here today, Trevor?
I mean, to be fair, I think you're going to credit it to CMM doing them a bit of a favour getting rid of SK Gaming to start with. But I think they've been looking incredible regardless. And, you know, I love to see this team do well because Angel Boy's such a nice guy. Guesty obviously coming in as a good friend of his, a drafted knob. He's had his ups and downs over the years. And I think they've just put the work in, genuinely. I really think they have just put the work in and they deserve to be here.
Yeah, as I mentioned previously, my question was really just, can Guesty do what he did in scrims, also on a big stage like the monthly finals? They had the best scrim rates, but now I was a bit worried that his rookie nerfs would show up.
Yeah, I mean, it's always that reservation that you just have to consider, isn't it? You know, it's one thing to talk up someone for 2 years prior to their debut. It's another thing seeing on the day whether the expectation we lived up to. But my goodness me, regardless as to what happens in this grand finals now for esports, Guesty will be able to sleep well tonight, no doubt about it, but not nearly as well as a win would serve for esports here. And, you know, leveling things up now is a really, really promising sign because you want to chip away at Humble, you want to make them doubt themselves, and we definitely saw that by the end of the last set.
Absolutely. Well, Spike going to be the first pick here for Fut Esports. I think that's a very solid one on this map. It's worked for them already. And it's just so versatile. Like, you can do really whatever. You're going to be decent into every matchup. You're going to be pretty competent. You can even gem carry with him. We've seen him do that a few times over this weekend. So Ruff's going to come in on the opposing side for Humble. Good to be able to provide those power-ups. You'll be looking towards like the Gus's or something like that for the gem carrier, but there's still, you know, so many aggressive tanks and stuff that they can put on the map.
Yeah, good shout. Gus would be my mid-brawler of choice here, the gem carrier that we've seen very often today already. And as you mentioned, also aggressive brawlers. I see Ellie is left open. We've seen some great performances from her all day already. Otherwise, Kenji, Kaze also both left open. Quite the aggressive pick here, and not what Humble will go for here. They're going to go with Pam. That's definitely going to be that gem carrier. Super tanky and something that Semantic loves. So actually, not a huge surprise for me.
Quite like it. We saw Pam get some good results, but the big weakness with Pam is when you start to break things open. Now, Fut Esports don't have that just yet. The question is, do they want to really try to either get for a thrower to have to access those healing stations? Because they need to be depleted quickly. That's the must now situation that Fut Esports have to consider. Mina coming out again. Didn't work for Humble in the last set for the first time today, and now Fut Esports are going to be taking it and showing them how it's done.
Yeah, I must say the Mina, as you've said, that was the first loss we've seen her take all day, and it wasn't, I'm not going to say anything bad about Semantic, but it wasn't played as well as Angel Boy's been playing it.
Sounds like you're saying something bad about Semantic.
I would never. Semantic is a great player, world champion, runner-up in the World Finals. Love that guy. But Angel Boy's been playing it better. But Angel Boy has been playing that better today, and I don't think anybody can doubt that either. Penny going to come in then. It's an occasional pick. We see it come in here and there. Obviously going to be able to splash through sandbags if he runs them, splash through the turret if she runs it. So I think that's a pretty solid shout.
Penny probably as the mid pick here, and the only reason why you would prefer Penny over a Goss, in my opinion, is that she's a bit better against any tanks, and that's exactly what Hmble are going to go with here with Shade. He's going to go super aggressive, so I think Fut Esports read that well. The Penny with the salty barrel is just going to have a bit more damage against this tanky brawler than a Goss would have.
Yeah, for me, the Shade's quite smart. It's going to have to be one of those things that Fut Esports might have to rethink in terms of the Penny turret placements. Obviously, Shade can get through those walls with those long arms, so now that turret going to be a little bit more susceptible to being taken care of and should be able to keep that Pam turret alive longer. As that was the kind of thought process there from Fut, just kind of have the Penny. That will then lock on to the Pam healing station and take it out of play. We'll have to think about it from that point on. S4 coming in from Boss already, and Angel Boy right in the middle of everything, but dances around every shot. A windmill gadget will keep him alive in a very aggressive spot. Gets in the right, takes care of business. Boss goes down, Luki in the mid, and Getsy now in a position to heal back up.
Yeah, super nice kill from Getsy there. Knew he could just run him down, and Penny turret already available as well. Again, some peppering shots on Luki, and he did bring down Getsy. So nice stuff here as we see a gadget being used by Luki with a Penny turret. Just keeping him low. Curveball finished the job. And it's 4-1 in gems. It's looking really good for Fut Esports, and Boss on a completely open side.
Angel Boy now already unfazed by the air supports from Boss, but some will pepper the Penny mortar. Good shots again from Getsy. Oh, Angel Boy is now cycling too, and Semantic is in a world of hurt. Pinch between all three members of Fut. Stays alive, but he's going to have to wait to heal to come back into the map.
Yeah, they're absolutely flying right now. That's 9 gems, and a hyper drop is there to try and stop them from starting this count. Angel Boy can remain aggressive, and the gem is on their side. Nob under a bit of pressure now as Semantic trying to go forwards, but the second explosion of the hypercharge will get that done. Tries to drag him in with the Mina super, but Boss just about out of range. Shots coming through now, and Luki pressuring, needs to get a super, trying to get in, but he's just so low, he can't get anywhere, and the roughs is too far. Fut Esports doing a really good job of just dominating that all the way through.
Fut Esports are starting to really up the gas and up the gears. Hmble starting to flounder, and this is a great draft. I really like this draft. And the more that time goes on, if Hmble can't start to bring something of their own back, they will start to feel a bit deflated. Now, Angel Boy, that left-hand side is continuing the aggression, knocked out of the windmill and straight into Semantic, and gets some splash between himself and Luki, finished off now by Getsy. It's Fut Esports at their very best right now.
Yeah, Angel Boy missing a few shots here on Boss, but you can't fault him after what he's just done to the other two members. Gadget was there from the Shade, trying to get a super, and he made a connection. A good one at that too, but Boss breaking up, and I don't feel like that's what he wants to do. I feel like they need the map shut off so he can bounce around walls and Shade can go through them. Penny turret is there, but the Pam turret should be on the other side momentarily, and they're starting to get back into it. Oh.
Well, at the moment, Getsy low, but able just to get away in time. That was quite close because those gems, if taken back over, would have been quite perilous. Not going to get that super just to keep that Pam healing station whistling down. And the mortar available for Getsy. Got to be, again, careful with the placement. Chooses to go on the aggressive and lands it bang on Luki's head. And the follow-up shots were there to seal his demise.
And the way it's like careful of the placement, he just absolutely explodes one of the opposition.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to play it defensively as well, but that does not seem to be the route that Fut Esports are wanting to take. Semantic in the back lines. Getsy getting hit hard, might go down here, having to run to the back of his teammates, which means he might be pinched in. But the other members of Hmble are nowhere to be seen. Still, the clock runs down, and beautiful from Fut Esports yet again.
Yeah, that's a very big smile from the gentlest giant in all of the BSC. Getsy as well in his debut, looking confident. Nob, as always, with a nervous laugh, I feel, because yeah, they all know that they could be on to something very good indeed this year. So close now. They really are, but the job, again, still yet not done.
Absolutely need this next set. Don't want to be going to a 5th and final against Hmble because they thrive pretty well under pressure. And I feel like the absolute pressure is still yet to be tested for this Fut Esports team. They're doing incredible and not really taking it too far down the line. There's that aggressive turret we were talking about and actually helped out so much. They got them a gem, got them the damage. And overall, Fut just absolutely flying at the moment. We've seen Hmble come second in so many monthly finals. They get the distance and then fall short, and it's seemingly what's happening again.
And it doesn't really seem like that Penny last pick worked out great for Fut Esports. They're not done yet. I'm already happy because we're not sitting on a 3-0. Those two teams seem to be very evenly...
Hmble seem to be sitting on a 3-0. Look at those stats.
You're actually right.
Yeah.
And Penny did work out great. As I said, it was probably the option over the Gus because it's so good against Shade. Luki could not do anything. It's not only 0 kills, it's also 25 DPS. That's basically 0.
I was saying, like, he genuinely didn't really do much at all. I think he pretty much only got his super off standing near people, and when he was standing near people, he was getting battered.
Yeah.
So it's a big issue, it really is. Obviously an issue in the draft that they hadn't accounted for. I think the Penny worked absolutely incredibly, bear in mind. And now just one more needed for Fut, and this could well be his first appearance and first monthly finals, I guessed it.
Well, as well with Angel Boy, he hasn't won a monthly final since 2023. I mean, you know, when you consider that, I always forget that because Angel Boy is always that person who's just like going to be at the World Finals. LCQ normally is the path towards it. But, you know, you got to remember that in terms of the wins that we've had in this region for monthly finals, they have not been going his way over the years. And this now has been such a long time coming for everyone on this squad, really, when you think about it. I mean, I think maybe Nob got a second place with maybe A&R, you know, last year or the year prior to that. But this means so much for Esports to be able to get this win if they can against, you know, former world champs, former runner-ups as well from last year. It'd be a massive way to start the year for if they can do this.
And I think Angel Boy was also that awaited prodigy when he came into the scene and then was just kind of handed from team to team. And now I feel he finally has found his duo in Guesty. They've been playing Meteorinos for 2 years on already, so the communication definitely sits there. Nob fits quite into that roster as well. And we finally see our Poco. We were waiting for it. Is gonna Frank follow up now? Maybe a Rosa once more. We saw her from Big previously. But yeah, Poco definitely a sign for Hmble, trying to go with something aggressive. Kenji, of course, could come in here as well. Just anything with a lot of DPS and movement speed.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame them, really. You can't blame them for bringing the Poco in. It's been quite a scarce sight. Not sure if it's been banned or they're kind of just a little bit unwilling to use it. But it's very, very good, especially when you pair it with the Frank, which has somehow been left all the way to the last pick. And Hmble have managed to pick that very solid comp up. Rico, very good. Poco and Frank, a very good combination. Not that Fut Esports don't have a good comp so far, because they really do. But this is looking like a Hmble win.
I will reserve judgment on that.
Run it down.
I mean, it's definitely a bit of a no-brainer comp, no doubt about it. But, I mean, you've got to go with the hardest of counters. And, you know, for Fut Esports, I think that's the best brawler they could pick under the circumstances. Hmble are playing definitely a risky game at this stage. Although it's a bit of a no-brainer comp, now maybe it's not nearly that clear-cut.
Shelly as last pick, a direct answer to the Frank. Yet still, I feel like Hmble is the better comp for me, honestly. With that Poco-Frank comp, we've been talking about it all day, and one of the two has always been banned out for good reason. Sneaky fields, and especially bushy map. And potentially our last one, if Fut Esports takes it here. Let's see who's going to come out on top on Brawl Ball Draft.
Well, shield already there early on from Angel Boy, just trying to keep Luki back, and he's running him down now, but gets the heal off. Guess he just runs straight into Semantic and bodies him. Boss trying to make a move through the middle, but pinched in as Nob gets the kill. This might be an open opportunity. Can he get it past?
Oh!
Just off the line from Semantic. I thought that was over.
I think this might still be over. Look at that. Oh! What a thread of the needle from Angel Boy. And already, Fut Esports wasting no time in this match to get one on the board.
Yeah, I mean, Guesty just following the Frank. And to be fair, he's done a good job there against the two of them, but he's just dashed in, decimated him. And the follow-ups with the hypercharge too. This might be a goal here. Frank should be respawned in a second, but the map's fully open. The hypercharge can't get in there. It's match point already for Fut.
Thoughts on the Hmble draft? Trav, you said it was going to be just a no...
It should have been. It should.
No doubt a win.
Listen, it's a good comp.
I'm listening.
Ark is a good comp.
Yeah.
All right, it's good.
Is it really?
I feel like you're taking it away. I feel like you're taking the pure mechanics.
That was one of the most convincing wins of the day.
This guy, honestly, someone get him fired.
Well, Hmble straight off the mark and trying to respond with something. Now they've got the biggest problem down, and Semantic now, without the knockback, I was going to say, could be able to walk it in. Boss should be able to get this in, but no, Guesty's still there. It took a three-man attempt to get that ball in.
Yeah, I mean, it was 176 as well there.
Crazy.
Almost had that done. Angel Boy having to dash away from that super of Semantic, who's breaking up some of this map. Not sure if that really favors them or not, to be honest. He's just chasing down into this Frank here, and Guesty walking up, trying to get the job done. Band-Aid going to be used, and they're thinking he's backing off, but he's going straight in. He does die now. And Angel Boy has the hypercharge ready to roll.
Well, there is the hypercharge. Semantic falls straight into the arms of peril and taken swiftly care of by Boss, by Angel Boy and Nob. Now the air support, not too much of an issue for Hmble. The hypercharge here for Boss has got to be timed to perfection.
There's the hypercharge from Semantic. He's getting pushed around, though, by Angel Boy, who's going to survive it. He does get stunned out, so they can't really aggress in the situation, but Boss, trying to protect the ball, gets a really nice hypercharge shield from Lukey there with the heal. And they're just going to pocket this ball.
Yeah, that was clutch timing from Lukey. No doubt about it, but Guesty has the hypercharge, lurking and dangerous. Semantic is low, down to 1,408 HP, and Angel Boy finds the killing blow. Can Guesty find an angle or just smash this ball straight forwards with Super, reserving that utility? Fut Esports are on match point and one goal away from a massive win.
Yeah, really, really smart saving those. And now in he comes. Hypercharge was just got as he goes up. Guesty has the hypercharge of his own, but one was used on Rico here, dashing up. He might be leaving Nob in a bit of a tough situation, but he gets another super off backwards. And back to square one as it's a 2v2 in mid.
I'm sure Hmble now have got to be feeling this pressure. Semantic to the right-hand side, trying to make an open path, but it's Angel Boy now on the ball. Hypercharge as well in his hands, and Guesty now healing up, and Angel Boy is go, go, go. Guesty dashing forward the ball from Hmble, push to the right, and now a push down for the goal as well as Lukey tries to support his teammates, trying to receive the ball, gets the heal off as well, the hypercharge, but the shot's intercepted off the line.
Guesty's going to have a real tough time surviving here, and the Screeching Solar doesn't quite kill Angel Boy. They need to get back into it, but I think this is surely going to be a walk. Not got it yet, but eventually the ball goes in the goal, and Lukey is the man to put it there. Bringing this back, one game away from set 5, but one game from victory for Fut.
It's so close for Hmble to hold on, for Fut Esports to get a win in the first month of the 2026 season. It'll be Nob's first monthly final win if they can. It'll be Guesty's first monthly final win in his first ever match in the BSC, which will be absolutely nuts. And for Angel Boy, a win since 2023. Fut Esports are hungry for this, but Hmble have got so much to fight for.
Angel Boy just trying to go down the side, and he's going to land straight onto all of those gadgets coming down from Nob. Now pushing forwards, Guesty pinching around the right-hand side as Angel Boy, they're going to get so much damage in here, it's just going to be the Frank left, and he's got a super to be able to get these walls down. The pass to the left, and a lovely goal from Guesty. Well worked by Fut, and now just one away from the win.
A great pass right behind Semantic's back, and now Hmble need to dig deep. Semantic straight into the hands of the windmill, and Angel Boy dashes away from it quite cleanly now. Can Guesty find the utility in time? The ball off the line into the corner. Fut Esports are pushing for it. Oh, an attempt to defend, and Semantic intercepts, but Hmble are hanging by a thread.
Still holding on, and he should be able to get Guesty down here, but he gets bounced back towards him, and that's going to be traded. Unfortunate for Semantic in that situation. Power-up still lingering on the left-hand side. Angel Boy drops one of the windmills to try fend off Lukey and Boss until his teammates come back in. He needs the Shelly there to be able to help with this Frank.
Nice gadget there from Lukey onto Boss. The hypercharge doesn't do too much on the side of Hmble. Semantic now coming from this right-hand side. Could be getting a pinch, will get some wall and some push for his troubles, but it is Hmble that are still behind the ball, not moving from that corner until they can take care of Fut.
Well, Lukey providing some heals to Semantic with the gadget now, but he's caught in the middle of this meteor shower that Nob is raining down. He gets hit by one and that bounces him back. 39 seconds and it looks like Fut are going ball in the corner. The hypercharge power-up has been placed next to it as well, which Angel Boy will want to get a hold of. And Guesty just holding it down on the right-hand side, gets the shots in, should be able to get one, and does just that.
30 seconds now, 25 on the clock. It is go time here for Hmble. They do need to get this ball and get something on the board, or it'll be Fut Esports, and they're not able to do so. Semantic will fall, and Fut Esports holding strong. It's just Boss. I don't think there's even enough time. Hmble have given up. They have conceded. It is going to be Fut Esports that win the EMEA monthly finals for February in what was a spectacular fashion. Oh my goodness me. For that boy there on his debut, and it's a monthly final win. That is ridiculous. Angel Boy's first since 2023, and for Nob, he also earns his first monthly final win. Careful, mate, don't trip over the whiteboard this time.
Talking so much about whether Guesty is going to be able to hold those nerves and play as well as he should do in the monthly finals, and he's just proved a point to absolutely everyone. In his debut season, he's managed to go and win it all. Angel Boy getting his first win for a few years as well. Absolutely incredible stuff from the Fut Esports side. Got a feel for the Hmble guys. They put up a fight, but in the end, just wasn't enough.
It's so wonderful to see Angel Boy taking home a monthly final win, and Guesty most certainly super happy right now for his very debut in a monthly final in the BSC for the first time in his life. A 16-year-old claims victory in February already. That gives Fut a huge lead in terms of points. They truly established themselves as the #1 seed in EMEA.
It's a very scary prospect when you look at EMEA and all the competition in which we have in this region and how close it is every single year. But it really does feel like a new challenger may have just risen to the